Today is June 9th here on Daily Cards Live. I'm Joe Roderick, joined alongside by Bob Ramsey, and we are coming to you on ClaibsOnline.com, brought to you each and every day by Mungenast St. Louis Acura, Mungenast Burkhardt Alton Toyota, and Royal Banks of Missouri. Rammer, I am up in the Quad Cities for a youth baseball tournament that's taking place in Bettendorf, Iowa, at a place called the TBK facilities, TBK Bank Arena, or fields. You, of course, are at Ballparks National, where you are hosting one of your biggest events of the season. And for people like me, this would be the weekend that I should have booked my team to go there. My hands were tied, though, this weekend. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you'll love it next year. In fact, we may have 2 days of wrestling, and people going, what? This is our Ballin' and Brawlin' tournament, and the winning teams in their age groups get a big wrestling belt trophy.
All right, so you're saying I need to bring ringers next year, and I need to, you know what? Hey, you put one of these together in the fall, and I'm bringing a team up there to win it. I'll text Vern right now. I'll text Vernetti right now. You put one of these together in October, and I'm bringing a 14U team of ringers to win the tournament.
Well, let's work on next summer, and what we do is we actually build a wrestling ring and have professional wrestlers. We got it's either 3 or 4 bouts tomorrow.
You got name? You know the names of the wrestlers?
I don't have it in front of me. No.
I should have asked you beforehand. I would have expected you to just pick it up and read the names, and I have no clue who they were. I was curious if I knew the names of the.
I think they're regional guys, but I don't know that for a fact.
If they are regional, I'm gonna guess maybe they would have appeared in St. Louis a time or two. While we talk here, I might get them. I might see who the wrestlers are. I might text. I might text somebody and find out who the wrestlers are too. And
I'm not sure that has anything to do with Daily Cards Live, but I appreciate your general interest.
It's an interest in your business too. It's in your company, and I'm trying to get people to come out there next year to do that. But hey, we have I guess what with the Cardinals. I know I've said it before. It's what 41U baseball in St. Louis with Adam Wainwright on the roster. Right. So Cardinal baseball this weekend in Cincinnati. And you know what? For the first time in a long time, Rammer, the Reds are an exciting team to watch after a few call-ups they've had over the past few weeks.
Yeah, they have become a whole bunch of fun. They're pitching enough. And some of these younger teams, what you love to see is young guys not feeling for the ball, not trying to figure out, just go attack the baseball. And it seems like that's what these young guys do.
Yeah, I mean, to the point where earlier today, I know Rammer, I don't think you're on you're on Instagram, but earlier today, they actually MLB account I think was actually promoting the fact that this is Jordan Walker and Ellie De La Cruz, the first time that we're going to see them in the big leagues against each other in Major League Baseball, 2 top prospects for their own individual the teams. And I tell you what, the highlights that we've seen over the last 5 days of Ellie De La Cruz, this kid looks like he's a lot of fun.
Yeah, so it'll be fun to see if the Cardinals look at video and find something that they think they can attack. And if they do, how can the kid adjust? So that's the fun part of the game.
Yeah, you look at you look around the NL Central. The Pirates, they have O'Neal Cruz, who's hurt right now. The Reds with Ellie De La Cruz. Cardinals with Jordan Walker. Cubs, it was Mervis, their first baseman that they called up earlier this year. And I'd have to look. I know the Brewers, they had that center fielder with the really weird stance, Joey something. Their top prospect. So
Joey
Wiemers, yeah. So we're seeing maybe the next round of big stars that have come up through the system of these teams in the NL Central, and names that we might know for the next 10 years or so that we should get accustomed to the Cardinals playing a handful of times every year.
And Nolan Gorman, of course, only in his second full season.
And yeah, who right now, I mean, is well on his way to being the Cardinals All-Star representative in Seattle here in about a month from now. 7:15 start time tonight in St. Louis. We got some roster moves to go over, and you'll know what those are here when I've finished reading tonight's starting lineup. The Cardinals have Jordan Montgomery on the mound, who desperately needs a quality start in the game tonight, going up against Ben Lively. For the Reds, Kevin Newman leads off and plays third. Matt McClain is at second. Jonathan India DHing tonight. Ellie De La Cruz is at short. Spencer Steer at first. Tyler Stevenson is behind the plate. Stuart Fairchild in left. TJ Hopkins in right, and Jose Barrero is in center field. For the Cardinals, Brendan Donovan leads off. He's at second. Paul Goldschmidt at first. Nolan Gorman DHing. Nolan Arenado at third. Wilson Contreras is behind the plate. Tommy Edman in center. Paul DeYoung at short. Jordan Walker in left. And Dylan Carlson returns to the lineup. He is in right field. The Cardinals announcing about an hour or two ago that they have activated Dylan Carlson. They have sent Juan Yepes back down to Memphis. And they have also taken Jake Woodford off the injured list. They've sent him down to Memphis, probably make sure he's good and stretched out to be a starter when he comes back to St. Louis.
Yeah, assuming they need him as a starter, but get him stretched out so he can do whatever they need. Yepes needs to play. I said that all along. And so he's going to get that chance to reestablish himself as a prospect. A little bit older, agreed, but I think still a prospect. And Edman is impressed enough in center. Tremendous athlete and ball player. And I wonder if they're trying to protect Carlson's ankle just a little bit. I am disappointed that Walker's still hitting eighth. I think he's earned the opportunity to move up a spot or two in the lineup. But eighth or ninth, seventh or eighth, that stuff probably doesn't matter.
Tommy Edman, up at sixth in the lineup. We've seen him batting ninth so much this year. So a little surprised by the fact that Tommy Edman now moves up that much in the lineup, and you put Carlson down at the bottom. You would just think Edman slots in at that 9 spot. You bump everybody up 1. I mean, that lineup still looks pretty good with Paul DeYoung hitting 6th there.
That's what I would have done.
Yeah,
I would have put Tommy there and Carlson 8, and maybe even DeYoung 7 behind, and Walker 6, something like that. But you move a left-handed bat in the middle of all those right-handed hitters. I think it's fine. It's okay. No big deal.
Yeah. So we'll see how that goes tonight. Jordan Walker, as we mentioned, he's on the mound tonight for the Cardinals. It has been a rough go of it for Jordan Montgomery these last few starts for him. And I mean, along with that, there has been drama too with some of the starts that he's had, with him seeming frustrated afterwards, being taken out of the game earlier than he thought he should have been. For a guy that I thought was going to be the ace at the start of the year, things are not going as well as you would have hoped with the Cardinals left-hander.
Yeah, all of that is true, Joe. And it's up to the pitchers to figure it out. If you're upset with management, well, go. You're the one throwing the ball. Do what you got to do. I think that, and I'm not saying that is a problem, but if it is, if you're just frustrated with your own performance, I get it. You got to work to be better. So this is a big start for him, I think.
He has not gone 6 innings in a game since May 5th, the last time. You look at his last outing since then. Milwaukee, he went 5 1/3, gave up 3 earned runs against Cincinnati back on May 2nd. 4 innings in that one, 4 earned runs. Against Cleveland, he goes 5 innings, 2 earned runs. Pittsburgh, 1 earned run. He's not giving up. He's not getting hit all over the place. I mean, it's that whip is about two an inning, but he's staying away from the big, huge blow up innings. But he's not putting his team in a position to win games.
Well, when your hits and walks per inning pitched are that high, you're just begging for disaster, and your pitch count goes up.
Yeah.
So even if you get out of all those innings, but you got 2 and 3 guys on an inning, especially if some of them are walks, your pitch count elevates, and now you're at 100 pitches and you're only 5 innings in. So there's a couple of different layers of problems with that performance.
Started the season at 2-0, and now all the way down to 2-7 on the year. Ben Lively, the pitcher for the Reds. I don't know much about him. Have you done any?
The Cardinals have 28 at bats against him. have done okay. Mainly, I think it was Goldschmidt had a couple of hits off of him. So I think you probably, the Cardinals staff knows what he throws and how he tries to get through it. He's another one of those young guns.
Yeah. So we, a lot of good giveaways this weekend too in St. Louis. If you are still looking at possibly getting tickets and heading down to the ballpark, make sure that you go to cardinals.com/promotions for your tickets for that. Each and every Friday, Rammer, I know we like to look around the league, see what other big matchups there are, and we don't have to look very far. We don't really have to dig that deep into finding what the best matchup in baseball is this weekend. The Rangers and the Rays down in Tampa, the two best records of all of baseball, going head-to-head this weekend.
Be a lot of fun. They pitch and they hit. It should really be an exciting series. Of course, now that we've said that, we'll get a couple of one-run games, 2-1, 3-2.
Yeah.
Because both teams do have some pitching. These are two legitimate teams that will both play in October, assuming health.
Yeah. Red Sox, Yankees, I believe for the first time this year. That's also this weekend.
That's a mess.
The Dodgers are in Philadelphia this weekend. And as I scroll through the list of all of the other series this weekend, that's pretty much it. That's what you got. Mariners, Angels, you would think with the stars they have, that would be fun to watch, but yeah, not when you look at the records of those two teams.
Not very exciting. And not just the records. The team, neither team is very exciting right now.
Yeah. So there we go. Rammer, we will be back on Monday. I hope you guys have a good weekend of wrestling and baseball down at Ballparks National. Have you read the script yet? Are you supposed to grab a chair? Or are you getting involved in any of the matches?
No, I'll be there to make sure that the wild crowds don't storm the ring when somebody has a belt stolen by terrible officiating. So I'll be there to try and keep the peace.
I mean,
if I can get a folding chair, you never know.
Right. I mean, find some barbed wire, wrap it around a baseball bat, and there you go. I mean, it's right there. I mean, you have half of the weapon already there and available to you. Yep. Out at Ballparks National. And Rammer, of course, we are brought to you each and every day by Royal Banks of Missouri, and also Munganast St. Louis Acura. Munganast Burkhardt Alton Toyota drove up here the 4 hours today and made it up to here. One stop for gas. This because of the just the amazing hybrid that I am driving from Munganast Burkhardt Alton Toyota, the Toyota Sienna, the 2023 Toyota Sienna, with enough room for all of my coaching stuff, my kids' bag, and all of the other suitcases and everything else that we brought up for the tournament this weekend.
Awesome.
Rammer, we will talk to you on Monday, hopefully after a Cardinals series win against the Reds. Until then, he is Bob Ramsey. I'm Joe Roderick. This has been another edition of Daily Cards Live right here on ClaibsOnline.com.
From our roots in St. Louis, Royal Banks of Missouri is branching out to continue serving you with our locations in St. Charles, Jerseyville, Granite City, and now in Hannibal, Center, and New London. Royal Banks of Missouri, the community bank in your community.